Hi and welcome to Mom 2.0, where it's all about restoring your energy to become your best self. I'm your host, Vicky Hapala. Thanks for joining me today. When we become mothers, we aren't prepared. We might think we're prepared, and we might have read all the books, listened to all the podcasts, done all the prep work. But honestly, you can't really imagine what it's going to be like until you're in it. Because we all have unique experiences, no matter how similar they might seem to other people. Our environments are different, our circumstances are different, and our kids are different. Oftentimes in becoming a mother, we are drowning in well-meaning, but often unhelpful advice. And Google just makes everything worse. When you become a mother, you face a whole host of problems that you probably didn't have before. You're tired, like a different kind of tired. You miss your old life, and in some instances, your old friends. Because when you become a mother and your friends haven't yet, it changes the relationship with them. Whether you think it does or not, it definitely does, because you don't understand each other the same way anymore. They don't understand what you're going through because, like I said, no one can understand it until you're in it. And now everything in your life has become about the baby, which is great because it's the best thing ever. Becoming a parent is an amazing feeling, but it's also all consuming because now you have this anxiety that wasn't there before, and you feel so much pressure to live up to expectations, to do everything right, to be perfect. And did I mention how tired you are? At the core of it, you just don't feel like yourself anymore because you're not. You're a mom now. Your life has changed, and that's okay. But it does take some time to adjust. A little bit about me. I'm a mom of two. I have two little girls. I'm from South Africa, and up until the time I got pregnant in 2017, I was working on yachts with my husband all around the world, mostly east coast of America and the Bahamas. And I went from that to my husband's hometown in Sweden, where I didn't speak the language and I didn't know anybody. And while it's a great place, it was a very big shock to my system. And my husband still worked away a lot, so I was alone a lot of the time. My daughter, my first daughter, she didn't sleep very well, and looking back, it was probably user error a lot of the time. So I was so consumed by what everyone and Google was telling me to do that I stopped listening to my own intuition. But like all of you, I got through it, and I enjoyed it. A lot of the time I was enjoying myself. I was figuring out new things, and I was loving being a mother. We actually ended up moving back to Florida for a while until I got pregnant again. And this time we decided we wanted to live in Sweden. We wanted to settle here. And after the birth of my second daughter in 2020, I started experiencing some minor health issues. Nothing crazy, like I said, minor, but it was enough to get my attention. And I knew that something had to change. So I started listening to podcasts and reading books and taking courses. I started educating myself on how to be healthy, both for me and for my family. And I ended up becoming certified as a nutrition and life coach. Looking back now, the biggest change that I made was that I started taking time for myself. That changed everything. It was just little moments in the day. I would try and go for a walk on my own. I would listen to a podcast, read a book. Just really small moments where I was doing something that was just for me. And that changed everything. And I know you're listening now and you're probably rolling your eyes. I used to make fun of self-care talk and boundaries talk. When someone suggested that I get better sleep on a podcast or in a book or whatever, I would just about write that person off. I mean, do they not know how hard that is for a new mom? But it is possible. And what I've learned over the few years is that it really doesn't have to be all or nothing. These very small changes in your day, they make all the difference. I really, truly believe in starting small. And about a year ago, I read this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And the one thing that really stuck out to me in that book was he says, if you can improve by 1% every day, in a year's time, you will be 37 times better off than when you started. It's massive. And I can tell you that it's true because I've lived it. I made very small changes. At the time, it felt like almost pointless changes. And now, more than a year later, I'm looking back and I'm astounded by how different my life is. Really, what's the alternative? Missing out on precious time with your kids while they're young? Or resenting them for what could have been, either now or down the line when you look back? Your kids are going to grow up so fast. There is nothing you can do about that. But you can make more of the time you have now. And you do that by finding time for yourself and making your health a priority. By doing that, you're going to become a better mother, a better partner, a better overall person. Life is not going to be perfect, but the change in your everyday life, it will astound you. Magic happens when you start being intentional with your time and with your energy. And that's what this podcast is about. I'm going to be covering topics like nutrition, personal development, mental health, self-care, and more. Without a doubt, the number one place I recommend any mother to start is by getting better sleep. All health and just feeling good, more energy, all of it, it all starts with better sleep. And what you want is quality over quantity. So I know that you don't have more time to spend in bed. I know that you're getting broken sleep. I know. But if you go and you download my free guide on my website, vickyhapala.com, there's a free sleep guide there that has 5 easy adjustments that you can make to your day to get better quality sleep tonight. Thanks so much for listening today. I'm really looking forward to bringing you new content weekly. I'll be sharing stories and experiences and tools that I've used along the way. Sometimes it'll be solo, sometimes I'll be interviewing other mothers and experts in various fields. I'm really excited to have you here. Thanks so much for tuning in today. And don't forget to hit subscribe on your way out. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate if you would take the time to give me a review, and please feel free to share it with anyone you think it could help. Also, don't forget to download your free sleep guide at vickyhapala.com.